It started subtly. Every morning, Leo would find his cat, Jasper, in the same spot at the back of the garden. But Jasper wasn't sunbathing or chasing butterflies. He was sitting perfectly still, staring at a patch of unremarkable earth, and letting out a sound that chilled Leo to the bone. It wasn't a meow, it was a cry. A soft, continuous, mournful wail filled with a grief that seemed far too profound for an animal. Leo would call him, offer him treats, but the cat would refuse to move until dusk, only to return to the same spot the next day. This went on for a week. Leo grew increasingly worried. Jasper was his companion, a cheerful and playful cat. This behavior was a dark, unsettling change. He checked the area for snakes, for pests, for anything that could be distressing his pet. But he found nothing. The patch of soil was just soil. His friends told him he was overthinking it, that it was just strange cat behavior. But Leo couldn't shake the feeling that Jasper's cries were a message. He felt a growing dread in the pit of his stomach. But then, on the 8th day, Leo noticed something new. Jasper wasn't just crying anymore, he was digging. His small paws desperately scraped at the dirt, his cries growing more frantic with each futile scratch. That was the moment Leo knew he had to act. He couldn't ignore it any longer. Armed with a garden spade, he went to the spot. Jasper looked up at him, a flicker of hope in his tear-filled eyes, before resuming his digging. Leo plunged the spade into the soft earth. A few inches down, he hit something. It was a small cardboard shoebox. A wave of horror washed over him. Who would bury a box in his garden? With trembling hands, he lifted it out. It was taped shut. As he carried it to the patio, Jasper followed closely, his cries now anxious meows. Leo cut the tape and slowly lifted the lid, bracing himself for the worst. Inside, nestled on an old rag, were 4 tiny newborn kittens. They were cold and barely moving, but they were alive, buried alive. Jasper, their mother, had been sitting on their grave, her cries a desperate attempt to summon help for the children she could feel but couldn't reach. Leo rushed the kittens inside, wrapping them in warm towels. Jasper immediately began cleaning them, her purrs a rumbling symphony of relief and love. Leo never found out who committed such a cruel act, but it no longer mattered. He had listened. Sometimes a mother's instinct is the most powerful force on earth, capable of moving heaven and, if necessary, the earth itself.